Hey there, I'm Brock Gill, and this is
Ani.
and we've been married for quite a few years now, and it's been a great marriage, but it has not always been easy. Tell them
Yes.
why.
At one point, about 5 years ago, I went through just a really bad time. I had some depression, which I had never encountered before at all. I was the type of person that when I heard about people being depressed, I was like, why don't they just pull themselves out of it? But when I was in it, I realized you can't just do that. You need help. And instead of going to Brock for help, honestly, I knew something was wrong with me, and I actually tried to push him away because I just was like, but he didn't let me. That was the beautiful thing. The more I kind of pushed, the more he clung to me and was just basically like, no, we're in this together, and I'm going to help you through this. And one of the things we did, do you want to tell him about?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna let you go, but she's the only wife I have. But we decided to do date night. I, for I don't know, maybe just because I'm not very smart, but I never thought about how important it was to have a specific date night in our life. I thought, well, we're together all the time. We work together. We travel together. We're all, like, I just didn't understand the point of. Honestly, it didn't even cross my mind. But at one point, we decided, okay, I think what we need to do is have like a specific time where we invest in our relationship. In the same way, you go to church once a week to invest in your spiritual life. Why wouldn't I take one night a week and have a date night to invest in the other most important relationship in my life, and that's with my spouse? So that's kind of been, I would say, the turning point, the pivot point, the tipping point. I don't know what I did, but at some point that was when it kind of all changed for us, because that's when we started to get to know each other more. Basically, it was simple. We just, one night a week, we just decided to go somewhere, either go to a park and get takeout, and have a picnic, or we would go to a nice restaurant and just spend the money. I mean, whatever it was, we just decided it was just important to do. And I really started seeing that was the time that the investment really started to take deeper root.
Oh, and I needed that time because that time I could talk to Brock about what was going on in my head, and just to talk through what was this burnout, did I need to get off the road, I didn't know what was going on. I was very negative, and it just wasn't like me. I didn't have any motivation, I didn't have any passion. It was all lacking, and I didn't know what to do. And so just that time was so crucial to me. It helped me get through those days because he is a great listener, and it was just, that's what helped me get through, because I didn't know what was wrong with me. I had no clue.
Well, then we figured it out.
We did figure it out.
I think it was in June of 2010. I walked into our bedroom and found her passed out, unconscious. And that was probably the scariest moment, one of the scariest moments of my life. It was just a really scary, because she wasn't responding at all, and it was.
I was out for how long?
You were out for several minutes. I don't know.
In and out,
Yeah.
kind of in it. I would come back into consciousness, and then I'd kind of go back out, and
It was just very, very scary. It was traumatic. I mean, it was like I could see her eyes kind of rolled back in her head, and she looked dead. Her skin was all pale and looked gray. It was really bad. But we rushed her to a hospital and found out she was highly anemic and needed a blood transfusion.
Yes.
So
very anemic. So, yeah, they gave me 4 pints of blood, which is a lot when you're talking about a transfusion. I was almost out. I was like, my lips were blue.
Yeah.
In fact, when I went into the ER, the nurse there, she took one look at me and was like, "You don't look good." I thought, this is bad. The nurse is telling me this.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got the blood transfusion, and the next day I felt like $1,000,000.
Yeah, you weren't $1,000,000 yet, but
Yeah, but
4 days later they let her out of the hospital. Anyway,
this was
it was a
definitely
tough
what
time.
was wrong
It was,
with
yeah,
me.
it was
I was-
definitely there was a reason that she was
Yes.
feeling depressed and this for so long. But I thought maybe it was because we worked too hard, or we, I don't know, put out too much with or put too much energy out and on stage and running around the country and traveling. I thought maybe that's what it was, but turns out there was something deeper. And I think that one of the things that really saved us in that critical time was the fact that we invested in each other and started what we call our tradition now is date night. Sometimes we do it in the day, sometimes we have date night at night. But whatever, when we're home, we're making sure that we have a time that is considered our time to invest in each other. And sometimes it's just hanging out, just putting the phones away and just hanging out. But sometimes
intentional time together.
it's intentional, yeah. Sometimes it's great and memorable, and sometimes it's just another night. But the point is, we're bonding, and we may try a new restaurant. It may be terrible, but we laugh at it, and it's part of the bonding experience. So anyway, that's a challenge, honestly, to you, just taking from what we've learned and taking it to you. And we've actually taken this idea to stage. We do a show now sometime parts of the year called Date Night, and we talk about this and kind of go in a little more depth. But that's been a big thing for our marriage. So
Yes,
anything else?
that's good.
I'm gonna keep her. I'm Brock Gill. This is Ani. We'll see you soon.